Hello, welcome back. So in this part now we will get introduced with the concept of center of gravity. Well, basically if there is a body, generally a body is composed of infinite number of particles, and the size of these particles can be very differential, very small size. And so if the body is located within a gravitational field, then each of these particles will have a weight which is, say, differential weight. Differential weight means very small weight, which we can express as dw. So if we look at the figure, in this case, say for example, this is a body and it is composed of very small differential element. So these element will have their own weight, say all have, say, dw. So you can see these weight will be along the vertical axis, or in a along the single axis, say in this case along the z axis. So resultant of these weight, these small weight, it will be passing along a single line, or say along a single point. Say the resultant of these small weight, say I am representing this as w. So it will be passing through a single point, and that single point will be known as the cg, the cg of that body. So this is what I have explained. So there may be n number of infinite particles which will be having weight dw, and if we want to find out the resultant weight, that resultant weight can be expressed as w, and that w will pass through a single point, and that single point is expressed as g, and this g will be having a proper coordinate with reference to x, y, and z axis. So we can say center of gravity is a point which often shown as G, and which locates the resultant weight of the system of particle, or particles of a solid body. Similarly, a body can be one dimensional, two dimensional, or three dimensional. So depending on that, we can find out the coordinates of this CG. So now we will see how we can find out the coordinate of this CG. So if we talk about the one dimensional body, so one dimensional body can be like this. So in that case, the small segment, we can differentiate the small segment, and these small segment will be having weight dw, and the total resultant weight of this one dimensional body can be, say, capital W. So if, because as this body is one dimensional, so in that case, uh, the moment the moment of this resultant force about the y-axis will be equals to the moment of these small segment, these small segment which will be having weight dw. So if we want to, if we find out moment of these small segment about y-axis, so moment of this w about y-axis will be equals to the uh, moment of these small segment, they will be having weight dw. And say for example, here I have taken this as differential weight. So the cg of this differential weight, say it has a coordinate x approx about, from the y-axis. Similarly, if the resultant is located from a distance, say x bar, from the y-axis, so we can very easily find out the value of this x bar. If we want to locate it, we can very easily find out that, and we will see that how. So as I said, the resultant downward force, so resultant downward force is actually the uh, capital W, that we are representing that as capital W, and the direction of this we are representing as in the along the z axis. So we can write this like this. This is the resultant force. And it will be equals to the sum of integrated weight of small elements. So as I said, there may be infinite segments which will be having weight, differential weight dW. So if we add them, then we can say that it will be equivalent to the resultant force. Similarly, as I said, if we want to find out the moment of this resultant force and moment of these differential elements about y-axis, then we can write this as W into x bar will be equals to integral x approx into dw. So that becomes our equation, and with this we can find out, we can find out x bar as x approx dw upon w, that is the resultant weight. So this is how we can find out the coordinate of the center of gravity in case of one dimensional. So I have written the same here also. We can find out the moment about y-axis, which will be equals to the sum of moments of the weights of particles about this same axis. So the resultant moment will be equals to the sum of moment of the weights of particles about the same axis, which is the y-axis. So we can write this equation, and solving it, we can have a formula of x coordinate for the uh, center of gravity. So taking this as equation 1. Now similarly, as we have found in case of one dimensional body, there may be two dimensional body or an area. So how do we find out, or how do we locate the CG in the two dimensional area? So yes, we can find out in this case also. So like you can see, this is the area, and this area is having CG as G, which is having a total weight or resultant weight as W. Similarly, it may have a differential element which will be having weight dW different. So, and if we get to know the CG of this differential element and CG of the center of gravity, I mean the coordinate is x bar and y bar with reference to y-axis and x-axis. So if we want to find out x bar and y bar, we can easily find out with the equation that we have used earlier. So this time, this was the equation for one dimensional body. In case of two dimensional body, we will be required x bar and y bar. So y bar can also be calculated similarly. And similarly, if we have three dimensional body, so in that case, G will have three coordinates, that is one coordinate with reference to x-axis, one coordinate with reference to y-axis, and the third coordinate with reference to z-axis. So in that case, we will be calculating coordinates using the same equation. So we can consider this equation as equation 2. And in this, please remember that this is the x, y, z bar of the, I mean, these are basically the coordinates of the center of gravity of the resultant weight. And these x, y, z approx, these are actually the coordinates of the arbitrary particle of the body. Say, for example, we have taken the arbitrary particle, this one. So its coordinate with reference to y-axis and z-axis, sorry, x-axis, that is what we are expressing here. Similarly, if we talk about the center of mass, so I have just discussed in the applications that generally we use this center of mass concept in case when we are required to find out the dynamic response of the building against the dynamic loading, or if we want to find out accelerated motion of a body, say in case of the automobile auto vehicle. So in that case, we are required to find out center of mass to check the stability of the body. And generally we express that center of mass as Cm. So as the name suggests, it is related to the mass. So earlier we were talking about the Cg, which is related to the weight. And we know that weight is mass into gravity. And generally, if we consider G as same, so using the previous equation that we have used in the previous slide, we can find out the value of C, I mean the coordinates of Cm using the same equation. So here I have written this as this location can be determined by substituting dw by g dm. So in the previous case, we were taking differential element having weight dw. So this time we can take differential element having differential mass. So we have just replaced that in the equation, and with that we can have equation for x y z bar as this one. So we can consider this equation 3. On the same line, we can find out center of volume also. Center of volume is actually the geometric center of a three-dimensional body. So generally, if a body is made from a homogeneous material, and if it is having a density, say rho, so in case of homogeneous material, the density is constant. So using this phenomena, we can find out the center of volume, which we are expressing as C. So in that case, this time we will be taking differential volume of small element. So the volume, differential volume can be expressed as, the mass of this volume can be expressed as rho into differential volume. So in the previous equation, we were using dm. So now dm can be replaced by this one. And as I said, for homogeneous material, rho will be same. So it will be cancelled out in the equation. And finally, we will get the equation for C as this one. So this is the formula to, this is the formula to calculate the coordinates of center of volume in the body. So this becomes equation 4. So in this, we are talking about the geometric center for a three-dimensional body. Similarly, if we want to find out geometric center of the two-dimensional body or of an area, so we can also calculate that. So, and in this lecture, we will be actually focusing on determining the centroid, because that is under our, that is the scope of our course. So in this case, if we consider an area, say for example, in this case, this is the area and it is along the x-axis and y-axis. So if the boundary of this area is having an equation, say y of fx, so in that case also we can find out this geometric center by getting the value of x bar and y bar. So in that case, we will be using some integration. So in that case, what we can do is, like in the previous case, we were taking differential volume. Here we can say, we can take a differential strip, say along parallel to the y-axis or parallel to the x-axis. Similarly, we can take a differential strip along the x-axis also, which will be having a thickness, say in this case it will be having a thickness dx. Or if we are taking horizontal thickness, horizontal strip, so in that case it will be having thickness as dy. So if we have the equation of this curve, we can easily calculate the coordinate x bar and y bar using the similar equation that we have used in the center of volume. So as I said, we can have a vertical strip and we will cut or we will have a vertical strip such that it will be cutting on the curve at any coordinate x and y. And if we know the equation of this curve, if we know the CG, I mean y approx of this strip, if we know the thickness of this strip, we can easily formulate it in the formula that I will be showing you here. Yes. So with this formula, we can easily find out the coordinate of the centroid. So we will see more about it in the next part. So that is our equation 5. So we will be using equation 5 in our example. So we will continue our discussion in the next part. Thank you.